Well, this segment takes me out to Baldwin Lake area on 5th Street. In fact, this is a home, and it's very special. It is the 4th home constructed by our local Habitat for Community organization. And this is called Gabby's home. I'll find Gabby. We're going to chat with her. And we have a nice crowd here. This is the dedication of the home. Rick Fromm, who is up on the porch there, is the head of the Habitat for Community. For the community. We have Sam over there. Sam is past president. And we have just a lot of people who contribute to this. Bob Ludigy Electric, he helped out on it. Most of the labor is donated, but I'll interview Rick, but they have to, the people who have the home, they have to give so many hours to help in the construction of it. It's not a free thing. And they also have to pay a low-cost mortgage on it. This is called Gabby's home, and how neat it is. The 4th one to be built, and you're so fortunate. How many hours did you put in to help on this?
I mean, they asked that we put in 125 because I'm a single mom, but I think we put in more than that.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
You know, who's counting?
It looks so neat. And when did you move in?
We've been probably about 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
This is the dedication.
Yes.
And I wanted people to meet you and see whose home it is. I tell people that you just don't get it free. You have to work for it, too.
Right, and I do have a mortgage, and I do have closing costs, and have to pay all that.
Right.
Yes.
But you have a really low interest mortgage, which is cool.
Which makes it affordable.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy your new home. Children?
Yes, I have 3. 2 are older, they're 25 and 23. They're already out on their own, and I have a 16-year-old daughter who still lives with me here.
How neat. You have a slight accent.
Germany.
Germany,
yes.
How neat. That's right, Gabby would be a German name.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a reception afterwards at the church. So congratulations, and may God bless his home for you and all your kids.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at this crowd here. They always have a good turnout for these dedications. It takes a lot of people to work. And a lot of people just come out. You know, I would just come out if I didn't take videos just to be part of it, because it's really something. You gotta find Rick Fromm, president, chat with him.
Okay.
Hi, Rick Fromm. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
Oh, good. House number 4.
House number 4.
How wonderful.
It's terrific.
Whoever thought that we could keep going and keep going and keep going? But you do. We've got a good Habitat for Community organization.
It's really representative of the community. We get so many volunteers and so many people who donate their time and their talents.
Yeah.
And they just keep giving. And that's one of the really nice things about the Big Bear Valley.
I know.
Is precisely that. The spirit of charity up here is indescribable.
Sure.
And so we just keep building them, and sometimes they don't happen as quickly as we'd like, but you know, we always persevere, and that's the result.
I know. How neat.
Yeah, it's terrific.
And now are you still searching for a lot for your number 5?
We're that close to getting another lot.
Really?
Yes, it's going to be in the city of Big Bear Lake.
I don't know if there are they cans.
And we're close. We're very close to it.
Now, have you had to buy the last? I know the first one was donated, wasn't it?
Right.
But second and third you had to pay for?
The second one was partially donated. The third one was partially donated.
Oh, good.
This one we paid fair market value for.
Oh, wow.
So, it just depends on...
Yeah. A lot of people think that the people who occupy it everything's free to them, but it isn't. They pay their way in labor.
They pay their way in labor, they pay their way in soliciting donations, and they become real homeowners, so they end up with a real mortgage and they pay real property taxes and insurance, and that's what Habitat does. We turn deserving people into real homeowners.
You bet.
Because we think that helps people become better citizens of this community.
Yeah.
And we haven't been disappointed.
Now, as I recall, have they all been single parents? On all four?
No. Home number 3, which is right down the street here.
Right.
It's the Wagners. There's Dave and Serena, the parents, and they have 2 children.
Right. No, that's good. But the other 3 were single parents.
Right.
And that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thanks to you. I know you're a perennial president. You're never going to get out of the job.
Yeah.
How hard you try.
My brain hurts.
I know. You've tried.
I'm full. You know,
we'll find someone one of these days.
Yeah. So it's upward and onward to the next one, and we'll be starting the family selection process later this summer.
Oh, good.
We'll advertise to the entire community, so anybody who's interested, finding out about us and the qualifications.
I know we get PSAs, so the word will be put out that if there's any person, couple or single, person who would like to take part in the next home, they need to send an application to you.
Right.
Now, is it an application, or can they just say, hey, I'm interested, and then you send them an application?
Absolutely. They just call us and tell us their interest, and we'll get them an application. In fact, if we even volunteer to help people complete the application.
Right. That's great. Well, thanks so much for all you've done. I mean, you've been right here from the start. So that's great.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay.
Talk to you later. Group of people, so you can move up a little bit. Nobody's going to hurt you, and nobody's going to pick your pocket. So come on up. Apologies, as this is a typical Habitat function starting late, but my friend Ron Seymour reminded me it's Big Bear time. So we're in good shape. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Rick Fromm, and I've had the honor and pleasure of being the president of this affiliate for a while. And you're going to meet some of the other people on the board today as part of this service. The dedication of a home for a family is a culmination of an awful lot of work by an awful lot of people who've given a lot of donations of their time and their talent and their financial resources. And so this is really a party and a celebration, but more than that, it's to recognize that we have turned a qualified family into homeowners. As you may or may not know, Habitat is a faith-based organization, non-denominational, and we welcome the participation of people of all faiths. But being faith-based, it is appropriate that we open in prayer. Let me introduce my really good friend, Sam Bione. Sam was the president of this affiliate for a number of years. When I took the job, I promoted him to president emeritus and deemed him the conscience of the organization. And I mean that, because if there's anybody who understands what Habitat is all about and why we do what we do, it's my friend Sam Bione.
And I had been working together for quite a while, for the last 4 or 5 years. But just to let you know that Habitat for Humanity is really an international organization, as you probably know. And it was started by a gentleman called Millard Fuller. And Millard and his wife were working in Africa, trying to build some decent homes for people that had nothing but shacks. He moved over to Georgia, where his roots were from, and started building in Americas. You probably heard about Americas, Georgia. They've done a lot of work there, build communities of homes for the underprivileged and the handicapped and the various people who couldn't make it on their own. But one thing, as Rick had said, and what I'd like to stress again, Habitat from its inception has been a Christian faith-based organization. We believe in God, we believe in our country, and we want that to stay with all the families, although we do not segregate against people, no matter religion, faith, creed. Anyone can apply. We have a selection process. We go through that selection process once a family is selected, and they can be, as I said, regardless of faith, creed, or religion. So please bear in mind with us that that's what we do. We're here, we build homes to help people help themselves. This is a helping hand organization, not a handout organization. We really want people to build homes like this one with us and help us to build the community. As you may not know, there's a house right up the street from here that we built about 4 years ago. So we have 2 homes on this street. We're building 2 others. We built over the last few years, we have built 2 other homes. So this is our 4th home in this community. And as I said, this is a helping hand, not a handout. They have to carry a first mortgage. They pay for our building cost. Whatever we pay out of Habitat's pocket, they have to pay as a first mortgage. It's a 30-year mortgage, no interest. So it's not very much, but they have to pay their own utilities, their own taxes, and their own whatever else they want for around the house. But the first mortgage we carry for 30 years at no interest. Now, you know, a lot of these homes, if you do that, a lot of these homes will be appraised at significantly more than what the mortgage is. So we carry a silent second mortgage on the home. The silent second is the difference between what they pay and the appraised value. The silent second is no interest, and it's paid and it's forgiven starting in the 10th year. It's forgiven by the end of the 20th year. It's just to protect Habitat. We don't want people just to walk out. We want them to build a community around them. They also have to help us build a home. They have to contribute up to 500 hours of what we call sweat equity time. So a lot of their work goes into this house. And a lot of you volunteers have probably seen them around, and probably Gabby, who is the homeowner, has probably been after you to, hey, come on, we need help out there. We have a family selection committee. The family selection committee goes out and solicits families. We go to the churches, we go to the different organizations, and we go to the friends, and we just canvass the neighborhood.
Saying everything I wanted to say, I could get rid of my little notepad and not have to talk.
This is Ken Anderson, contractor.
You know, it's really been a pleasure to do this, and sometimes it's a challenge doing the construction, you know, when you have volunteer labor, but, you know, I've had such a great support group all along, you know, from Sam, and Sam's the guy I call when I need the helpers. I call Sam up, and he calls Gus and Tony and Jack and Rick and Ron Keyston, and that's about it. There's like 5 of us guys that can come out here all the time, which, you know, it helps being retired, so you had the time to do it. But then we've got all the material suppliers, the contractors, subcontractors within this valley that it just never ceases to amaze me. You call them up and say, you know, I need some help, and they pretty much drop what they're doing or say, I can't get there for a few days, and I'll be out there. And I know some of you are out here that have helped, and it's just really appreciated, and I can't thank all of you enough. You know if you're in business, how, you know, everyone's always knocking on your door for a donation or something like that. It's really appreciated. And then working with Gabby, it's really been a pleasure. I mean, she's such a hard worker, and, you know, a joy to be around. She has made me cry a few times. She gets kind of mad at me and supporting Habitat.
After a rather lengthy selection process, and Gabby and Tabitha were selected for this home, a bunch of us went out to tell her that she had been selected. And being typically well-planned Big Bear Valley Habitat, as we're walking in the front door, somebody says, who's going to tell her? and Nancy Anderson says, well, you're the president, you tell her, Rick. And so I tried to make it a little dramatic, but I mean, it was real obvious she'd been picked. You know, there were people there with flowers and balloons, and everybody's happy. You know, I mean, we're a great organization, but if you didn't get the house, you weren't going to get flowers and balloons.
it's not as long as it looks. But see, I get really nervous and then I forget what I'm supposed to say, so I have notes. But I won't forget to say thank you for being here. A year and a half ago, I would have never dreamed of standing here in front of my own home. I get goosebumps saying it, you know. But I thought, I'll tell you a little bit about our family. Really, there we go. Yeah. I've been working for St. Joseph's for almost 10 years. I've been divorced for almost 10 years. I have 3 children. One is Art, who's 25, who was here over Christmas. And actually, he teaches business and English in South Korea, so he was here on his vacation. And actually, all he got to do was paint and snow shovel. Bless his heart. And he did. He would come over here in flip-flops and shorts. Oh. My other son is 23. He's married to a wonderful lady. And he's also a Marine right now in Camp Pendleton, where he's actually making a career out of it. And I have Tabitha, who keeps me on my toes. She's a wonderful physical, emotionally, donations. I know a lot of the business owners, I mean, with their economy went above and beyond to donate things for the house. I love all the little extras, the timers on the light switches in the bathroom, just the tankless water heater. It's amazing. I mean, there's so many little things. But I want to thank everybody, and everybody to be here, and thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Well, this has been a dedication of the 4th home built by the Habitat for Humanity. And of course, it's a building on faith, the love of God. And for information, give them a call at 866-LOVE. That's it from the Baldwin Lake area. Now don't go away. I'll be back right after these commercials. You can. Okay.